and welcome to episode 9 of the Valheim Survival Let's Play series, and in today's episode, I am building a harbor longhouse slash storage room. It will be really nice, because as you know from previous episodes, we have been chilling in this lake town for quite a while, and soon it will be time to adventure out to find the Elder Boss location, to find the trader, and for that we'll need boats, and to have boats, we're not just going to sail them from the sea. We're going to make an official harbor. You guys know the series at this point. Building everything, doing everything the right way. So with that said, quick update on the town. We do have the trees that have grown. Worked a little bit more on the tavern here. So still not super complete, but the deck that overlooks the lake is kind of getting there. And then Glorfindel actually moved his house right over to here. So he's got a nice little cottage in here. And his bedroom's gonna be up here, so still a bit of work to be done on this. But definitely starting to look nice. Getting his little deck right over here overlooking the lake. Boars are doing well over there. And we are in the workshop at the moment because we have been smelting some coal. We are going to make signs because the storage room slash lake house will definitely need plenty of those for it. So with that said, let's head over to there and begin working. So you can see here that this big lakeside house right over there in the distance, well, that is new. And I built most of that on stream, so if you do want to see behind the scenes and a lot of the tedious building work, since this is entirely done in survival, be sure to join my live streams because I do those pretty frequently, and I'll do Valheim as well as Minecraft, but for the Valheim ones, I'll be doing lots of building and adventuring and some of the stuff that's in between these videos, so be sure to check those out. But this now is walls and a roof, and this is essentially where the dock is going to go when we actually build the whole harbor for the ships to go, and then this creek actually goes out to the ocean there. So it is quite a nice design. And with that said, we walk into here. We've got these beautiful round poles that I just figured out how to make and get really nice and matched up, so those really look good. And they tie into the ceiling beautifully there. And then we've got the braziers over here, so a little bit nicer. Or the sconce, not the braziers. We'll make the braziers at some point soon too. But this is going to be the storage. So as you can see, we started making little signs to label some of the things. So I'm having like these rows of 4 chests to be the main thing. So as you can see, we got stone, fine wood, core wood, wood, and then over here resin, trophies, skins, etc. And then the smaller chests are going to be, the rows of 2 are going to be for slightly less used things, and we'll have signs all over those. And that's just the first level. So we have some dump chests here, so that if you are coming in from the door with the cart, you can just dump some stuff off before it gets organized. We go right up here, and this is level number 2, and we've got some chests off to either side, and we're going to have a nice stack of them right in the middle here as well. And then these little passageways are actually going to go out to some lofts that we are going to be building in this video. So I have been collecting lots of wood and core wood, and I might have to grab some more as well pretty soon. But I'm going to start working on the lofts, especially one that kind of comes in over here. So we're going to have a little walkway that goes, and then a nice second level right over here for possibly more storage, but we'll also have some nice comfort in here. I'm probably going to add a little fireplace in place of this window to be able to allow for that comfort, or maybe even just a fireplace on the ground, but I think I'll probably do it with its own chimney in place of this window here. So with that said, I have been collecting some wood. The signs that are on the top essentially show what's in the chest right below those signs, but I also like to indicate it with arrows, just because there are a lot of people, not a lot of people, but 4 or 5 that come on here, and having the arrows of what goes where just really helps with that a bit for the organization side of things. So I do like to put those little arrows. And if you do wonder how to do that, you basically just, if you're on a PC, which I'm guessing most of you are, since you can only play Valheim on a Mac using GeForce and not really for free, it's pretty hard. But if you're on the PC, you can open up the little keyboard in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and that'll have the symbols and things, and the part of the symbols are the arrows. So that's how I got these arrows. I'm sure there's some sort of a key combination to type it, but that's a lot easier for me. It's just to use the emoji keyboard with the arrows on it. So that's how I get those. some more chests all along this wall, probably stacked up too high. That's probably about good. So I'll get these in. I usually like to go about just to the edge here, a little bit overlap there. And we're just gonna go ahead and do that, overlap it just a little bit. And that is definitely looking pretty clean. Oh, right there, and then one more right there. So as you can see, that's quite a bit of storage, and when we do get some of the iron chests, we'll put a few of those just kind of scattered randomly around this first floor here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the next floor right above these chests, put the next beam, and this beam in between the chests is exactly for what it is down there. We'll put the signs on them, so you can come right up here. You've got this whole row of chests, another row on top of it. That's how the design is for this. Definitely the biggest building in the entire lake town so far, but rightfully so, because it is the combination of the harbor, you know, slash trading post, and it made sense to put the storage right in here, because as you're kind of going in on the boat and you come in from a different biome, you got a whole bunch of resources on the boat that you got to offload. Come right through here and you can offload all the resources and then go right through these doors and take the cart back to Lake Town or whatever. So ends up working perfectly, and this bridge right here is high enough for the raft to fit under here, so that can access the lake. But then the long ships and the cars will go over here. But I'll probably have a whole separate episode on building the harbor. So for now, we're just focusing on some storage, especially when we have multiple players on here. It will just be really nice to have some organization. So I'll just go ahead and plant those two chests. Go ahead and take the beams and put them right over here to kind of divide this up. That said, I'll do that, and we're already out of wood again. So we'll just keep making trips up and get those chests finished. We'll go ahead and just put these beams here, just so that everything looks really nice, and then we'll go ahead and do that so that we do have a place to put the signs right above these chests right here. So that does look pretty nice right there. That definitely looks pretty nice. And I could even go ahead and put two little beams right here just to kind of keep that consistency going. They might show from the roof on the outside, but if it's one long line and all the way across, that's actually not going to be too bad. So now that is looking cool, and we've got this nice little window right up top to be able to look out, and that is, yeah, this is definitely looking nice. Again, I can just be labeling them after the fact as I get stuff in here. But I'm thinking here is going to be a big storage room, because the swamp biome is going to be more of like an Ewok village type of vibe. So a whole like tree village area when we move into the swamps, and that's not going to have a ton of room for a giant house slash storage place. So a lot of storage and junk is going to go over here. By the time we get to the swamps, we'll hopefully have the obliterator, so we'll be able to get rid of some unwanted items. And then when we do have that, I think the main storage rooms are going to be here, and then eventually in the plains, when we end up moving there, will be kind of the end game big outpost with huge storage rooms and stuff. But considering this is the first place we're starting in the game, and we farm a lot here and everything, it just made sense to do a big, nice storage room here that we can always sail back to and such. So let me go sleep and continue working on this in the morning when it's light out. Alright, so it is now day 119. Yeah, 119 days of pretty much just building, but this is looking absolutely beautiful. It is so much fun to do a dedicated survival world building all of this cool stuff. And again, you could use dev commands, and I do have another world where I use dev commands to do creative builds, but I find that building everything in survival almost just has this aspect of like everything has a purpose. You have all the community. It takes a while, so I just never end up getting bored. And it looks like we got some great orbs way over there trying to get into the gates. They always throwing rocks over in that area. Wow, what a snipe. What a snipe. Alright, so now that those are taken care of, what I'm actually going to do is start grabbing stuff from the old storage. So my my lakeside cabin kind of became the storage. So since I do have a chest already over there for hides and pelts, I'm going to go ahead and bring a few of these over. I might even be able to fit all of them. Perfect, 298. That is perfect. So I'll just go ahead and put those in my inventory, and that way when I head back to the storage room, each time I come back to sleep, I'll just take a little something more and start slowly shifting everything to be in that storage room. In worst case, we've always got the carts like this one right here to just go back and forth and transport everything to the new storage location. Alright, so right in here we do have the skins, as you can see with the arrow right down here. So these 4 chests are all just for skins, pelts, hides, all that kind of good stuff. It's time to begin building some more. So like I said, I'm going to be popping these out with a little walkway and kind of continuing this loft all the way around. And I want to make sure the floor kind of goes the same way as the rest of the floor. But I think I'll kind of bring it out 1, and I think it will need to kind of come out 2 right here to actually be able to fit through the walkway. Well, let's give that a try. Bring it out 2, and we will like do some supports and make this all look really, really clean and nice. But we'll essentially be coming out here and then coming through here. It is a little bit cramped, and maybe it would just make sense to come all the way out to the edge, kind of clipping into this long pillar right there. Yeah, that might actually make sense. That might actually make sense to come all the way out there. Oh, let's try it and then see what it ends up looking like. So essentially bringing it all the way out to here, which comes halfway through that standing pillar there. And then we can kind of put a little core wood pole right here to kind of hold that up. But that, yeah, that does look nice. That does look nice. Then we can kind of bring it all the way over here the rest of the way. Or just keep it on this half of the house. What do you think? I think I might just keep it on this half, so let's see. And what I mean by this half is like I'm not gonna bring it out farther. I was originally thinking I would do it entirely across, but I may just keep it halfway across and go all the way to this other wall over here. So this will probably be either more storage or fish or things from the boats. So there's a lot of possibility for it. So let's see how that looks. That does look good to just have it kind of going halfway, because then you've got this high ceiling, this grand tall ceiling effect, which I really, really like personally. And that just looks beautiful. And I may even, now that I'm looking at everything, I may even decide to put this, you know, once I get the wood to do that, to actually do like an angle right there on both sides. So we'll mess around with a little bit of stuff. Put the trim around the sides here. Then we can hopefully clean this up to make it look pretty nice. So that didn't clip on quite right. Let's see if I can, there it goes. That's a little better. Yep, one of those. So that looks cool. That looks cool to kind of be at like an angle like that, and snap that there and that right there. And now we can go ahead and make the railing up there. So you'll essentially come out here. It'll have this nice little balcony overlooking the first floor. So let's see if this actually does end up working. We can bring that like that. And then that should be able to kind of snap right into there. And then this piece should be able to go right there like so. So that might end up looking a little funky. But let's see how that looks from down here. And then I'll debate if I want to change it or not. I think it could work. I definitely think it could work. So if I kind of brought up, yeah, I think this would be better actually. I'm gonna bring up this post and then bring it up again, kind of like that. And that way it doesn't clip through as much, and it actually looks a lot more purposeful and a good placement there. Oh, that definitely looks clean. Perfect. So this is the loft, and then I can have like single wide chests all kind of going up here, which can be for armor, weapons, treasure, little things like that. And then for the most part, the rest of this can kind of just be open. You've got this nice big window. And then I will put 2 more just right below that. And it adds a bit more of a cool look. It is the exact look that we did right over here. So it's just kind of I guess it's kind of like a peace sign or something, but it's kind of a cool little roof peak window, and they're kind of different on every build. I kind of do this pretty casually. I don't have a super set way of building or making everything look, but that way it adds some nice natural light. This balcony can kind of overlook that first floor there, and it doesn't eat up too much space because when you are on the first floor, it still gives these really high ceiling effects, and I love having this big pillar right here in the middle. So this definitely looks pretty clean right here. And I may even try and do some like diagonal supports on this balcony, but I don't know if I'll do that just yet. I may actually leave that for a little bit later. But we'll essentially just mirror that thing on this side right here, and I'll get back to y'all when I have that done. Now, because this side of the longhouse right here is slightly longer than this side over here, yeah, we can kind of see that from the outside here, and I purposely did that to kind of make things a little bit off-center and things. It just adds a little bit of a characteristic to the build. But because I did that, what I'm actually going to do is mirror the deck and the balcony up here. So I'm going to, instead of coming all the way to the siding here, I'm going to have it so that when you walk into these doors, you kind of get this nice grand entrance effect. You have the full height of the ceiling with no balcony over you. Go ahead and angle some of these pieces over here so that we actually have this same sort of a mirroring effect like we did over here, but over here, so that it kind of ties it in like that. So I'll finish the railing over here and then probably put a little corewood pillar, or maybe no pillars at all. I might just kind of leave it supported with these big giant pillars in this grand entrance, but this is already looking quite beautiful, as you can see. If you come right into the, imagine getting off the boat, we'll have a nice little stairway, you've got the cart, you come right into this grand entrance here. I might hang a nice trophy right there, have some sconces and some like a hanging sconce right there. And you'll see what I'm talking about, or no, the sconces on the post and then a hanging brazier right there. And you'll see the braziers pretty soon. They look really, really nice. And with the new update now, the new Mountain Caves update, we can now make standing ones as well. But I think I will do a hanging one right in front of here. But you walk right into here and look at this beautiful grand entrance. You can go right straight up, deposit all your stuff, or go right around and deposit all your stuff. So really, really nice design there. I'm definitely happy with how this is turning out. I might actually just get rid of these and put some sconces there, or just leave it with the one right there to try and keep the instances down with all of the fire in here. But this is definitely adding to the build here. This is looking so beautiful. I'm definitely happy with the way this storage building vibe has kind of turned out. You know, a lot of storage buildings that I see in Valheim, you go into them and it's like just rows and aisleways of chests on both sides, but it doesn't give you that homey feel as well. And this has plenty of storage. I mean, so much storage, but it's hardly even seeable from right here. You walk in and the first instinct is, oh wow, this is an amazing, like, homey, cozy longhouse that's open. And I mean, it's so cool how I did this kind of a loop around the back of the stairs. I always love when I surprise myself with some building on my own as well, but I'm definitely loving that design. So let me finish up these little balconies here, maybe add a few finishing touches, and then we can focus on what type of furniture we might want to add, as well as making the chimney right out here for another fireplace in here so that we can get a little bit of comfort as we kind of come off the boats and get our little rested bonus to go out sailing and such. So that'll be pretty nice. But it's almost evening again, so I'll go ahead and sleep and then continue building some more in the morning. Alright, so in the middle of building, we did get a raid. The forest is moving, so I am going to have to take care of this now and hopefully be successful. I suppose we'll see. Usually I am, but these brutes are definitely no joke. They hit very, very, very hard. And it feels like the longer I wait to take out the Elder, the more of these things come. But it might also just be because normally we do have more people on the world here. So let's try and take out the Shaman here. before he starts healing everybody. So yeah, with this upgraded Shoalhide armor, I can definitely take some hits. We can stagger this guy. Nice. Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. Sometimes I can get those Grey Dwarf Brutes without them hitting me. And sometimes they do. I have like a 50-50 that I stagger them properly or not, because my gear isn't the best yet. But hopefully this will be over soon and I can continue decorating and building. Alright, so a few Valheim days later, I have now done a little chimney here. Nice little wooden chimney, the same style as I did on my lakeside cabin there. And just adds a nice little bit of texture to the home, adds a comfort on the inside, and putting it right here was a nice spot because that way it doesn't take up any of the nice windows that get a lot of the daylight. Because it's already pretty shadowy back there anyway, so I did replace that double window with the chimney there. And if we go inside, I've been placing a few little deer skins here, just to kind of add to some things. And we did finish up this this balcony. Well, finished enough anyway. I'm probably gonna add a few more touches to it. But as you can see there, the double fire little sitting log here, and I can probably place another another deer skin right over here actually, kind of underneath the sitting log. I don't know if it's close enough. Yeah. Cool, so comfort level 5 if we sit on the little sitting log, which is a rested bonus, I think, of like 12 minutes. So that's definitely not too bad. Definitely not too bad. It's definitely not as fancy as my log cabin in the lake town or like the tavern or anything. But it just has the purpose of giving you a little rested bonus. It is a little bit more open and rugged, kind of a warehouse, storage house, but just to add a little bit of a home feel sort of a thing. So I may actually do have a little bit extra wood here, so I could go ahead and put a few cooking stands over here, because this is a good spot for them, and that way we can cook a little bit of meat. It's not going to be as much cooking as what's in the kitchen, but it'll be something. And that way, if we are stuck out here or something, or just coming back from a journey, we can be able to cook a little something there. And I will probably add benches and other things, but I will have to make a big run for some pine wood because I'm completely out of that. But we are definitely doing pretty well here. But again, as I finish up this whole lake town sort of a thing, I will definitely be doing plenty of tours and things. So worry not, you will see all of these builds in their completely finished state eventually. But builds take a long time, in my opinion, to be completely finished, especially when I'm doing this all in survival, because as I continue to unlock more recipes and such, builds continue to just get that much better and that much better. But again, I hope to inspire you with this whole Lake Town series, being able to just do really nice builds. You can see that this is quite a nice build with very simple materials. No iron used, none of that. We can do that nice high roof and stuff. There are core wood pillars in between this little wood exterior so that they can actually hold the roof up there. So these are essential for the support of the roof. But as you can see, pretty simple building materials, stuff that we can get pretty easily right now, and quite a nice storage area. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for episode 10. I will probably be either working on the tavern or maybe even the harbor out there and getting the carve made so that we can actually do some more traveling. But it does look like we got a little Grey Dwarf Brute over here. Alright, now that those little bastards are taken care of, I am going to sleep, but before I do, I will go ahead and end this episode here. And again, like I said earlier, if you'd like to see more of the building, so all of the exterior and such, do be sure to subscribe and follow my live streams and such, because I do a lot of the building on my live streams. And then on the videos, I'll kind of focus on little decorations, little finishing touches, just because it allows me to make a slightly shorter video and still kind of explain and give you guys the gist of what's going on in the episodes. So hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in episode 10. Cheers.